Now calling the matter of the people versus Cinnamon Woodford. This is ticket number P1217275. Count 1, no plate on a trailer. Count 2, no insurance misdemeanor. Count 3, drive while license suspended. Appearance for the record, starting with, I don't think counsel is represented in this matter. So Ms. Woodford, state your name for the record, please.
I'm here by special appearance by co-op.
All right, buckle up, folks, because what you're about to see is pure courtroom chaos mixed with a rare moment of clarity. Today's defendant is a self-proclaimed sovereign citizen, the type that walks into court thinking the words, "I do not consent," are some magical shield against reality. But here's the twist. For the first time, one of these sovereigns actually drops the nonsense mid-trial and takes the advice we've been screaming from the sidelines for years. Use the free lawyer. This video is a gold mine of contradictions, ego, and an eventual survival instinct kicking in. Pay close attention to the judge's patience, the lawyer's intervention, and the defendant's sudden change in tone. And ask yourself this: if you walked into court with real charges hanging over you, would you put your trust in YouTube conspiracy scripts or an actual licensed attorney? Let's find out.
Cinnamon.
Last name too.
Woodford.
All right, ma'am. Now, you know you have the right to have an attorney in this particular matter. This is a misdemeanor matter, and by right under law, you have the right to have a representative in the form of an attorney for this particular matter. Would you like to have an attorney in this matter?
I do not consent to these proceedings. The offer is not accepted. I do not consent to being surety of this case and proceedings. I demand the bond be brought forth immediately so I can see who will indemnify me if I'm damaged.
Okay, so the question that I asked is that, did you want to have an attorney provided for you in this particular matter, Ms. Woodford?
I do not consent to these proceedings. The offer is not accepted. I do not consent to being surety of this case and proceedings. I demand the bond be immediately brought forth so I can see who will indemnify me if I'm damaged.
Of cases and these type of matters.
What crime did I commit?
Ms. Woodford, if you do not wish to participate, then what ends up happening is that this matter will go into a show cause. After the show cause, then it will enter into what's called a bench warrant for your arrest until you handle this matter, at least the misdemeanors, and these are all misdemeanor offenses. So that's how this is handled on this particular end and this particular point. The offenses that have been alleged at this point in time is that there were no plates on your trailer, that there was no insurance on a Chevy vehicle, that's a 2007 Chevy vehicle, and that the driver's license was suspended.
Here we go, right on schedule, the sovereign script. Notice how she's not actually answering the judge's direct question. Instead of a simple yes or no about having an attorney, she launches into word salad about bonds and damage. This is textbook sovereign citizen behavior. They believe using certain magic words can nullify a legal proceeding. The problem? Courts operate on facts, not fantasy. By refusing to answer the question, she's already digging herself into a deeper hole. Audience, let me throw it to you. Do you think judges hear this so often that they're bored? Or do you think they secretly enjoy dismantling these pseudo-legal theories one line at a time?
A bench trial is the same thing, only a judge, being myself, would sit there and I would hear those same facts and evidence and apply the same law in the same way. You also have the right to plead to these matters. There can be an officer.
I'm not here to plead, ma'am.
Ms. Woodford, these are your choices. So it's up to you. It's a decision that you have to make. It's not going to go away, okay? Just because you want it to go away, it's not going to go away. There is jurisdiction for it. So it's your decision on today. If you don't want to participate, then it's going to go into show cause because you can keep coming and it's just going to hang out there. But eventually we're going to have to adjudicate this matter at some point in time because it cannot remain on this docket indefinitely. So you have to make some decisions as to what you would like to do with these matters.
Well, I still do not.
Of our world and our community. These are the things that have been alleged. Now, if you're saying that the officer wasn't, correct in those or something, your license was valid or you had car insurance and you can present all of that, then we can try and figure out if we can get a new offer or something different. But other than that, you do have to stand for these particular allegations that have been made at this point in time.
Listen closely here. The judge is being extremely patient, laying out the defendant's rights one by one. Jury trial, bench trial, the ability to present evidence. She's basically holding her hand through the legal process. But instead of recognizing this as a lifeline, the defendant keeps rejecting it with "I do not consent." This is where the tragedy of sovereign thinking shows. Instead of engaging with the system that can actually help her, she's clinging to internet myths. And the irony? If she took the jury trial option, she'd at least have a fighting chance. The longer she resists, the more she guarantees her own failure.
I still don't consent to these proceedings. The offer is not accepted. So,
Ma'am, you can stop reading that. I know they've given you a line cue that you are able to read off of. But this is, as long as you utilize the services of everything in the city of Detroit and you fail to do those things, this is the ticket that proceeds. But I don't know that you failed. You said you don't have a license. But did you have car insurance at that time that you can present?
Did you catch that? She just admitted on the record that she never had a driver's license. That's what we call a cell phone. The charge is driving on a suspended license, which legally implies she had one at some point. If she really didn't, that's something her attorney could argue to get the charge reduced or dismissed. But by blurting it out herself, she's potentially strengthening the prosecution's case. This is why having counsel matters. Lawyers know when to shut up. Think about it. How many people have torpedoed their own defense just by oversharing in court?
Judge, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I know I'm not on this case, but if I could file an amicus brief of sort. Judge, I'm a little uneasy with, this is Matthew Dupree, P 0132. I'm a little uneasy with the questioning here, just because technically if this matter were set for trial, what she says here could be used against her. And so I'm not sure she should necessarily be answering those
You
questions.
want your representation, Mr. Dupree?
She did not, Judge.
Did you ask her if she wanted your representation?
I did, Your Honor.
Did the court ask her if she wanted her representation?
You did, Your Honor.
You can continue to talk, Mr. Dupree. I appreciate you stepping in on her behalf.
I appreciate that, Judge. Your Honor, I'm just I just thought I would make that representation. I don't think the city attorney would actually pull the transcripts, but it is worth noting that anything she said here, could come back. So it might, I'm not sure that necessarily that questioning would be appropriate. Sorry, Judge. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, Mr. Dupree. I appreciate you coming in to step to the rescue of Miss Woodard so that she understands.
it's Woodford.
Woodford, sorry, ma'am, Miss Woodford. Miss Woodford? We have to make a decision, so how do you want to move forward with this?
Well, I'm not here to plead because I'm
Okay.
not here
Would
to
you
plead.
like a bench or a jury trial?
Are you making that determination for me, ma'am?
You have to have a bench or a jury trial. You told me you don't want to plead, that's fine. You probably should have a jury trial then. And I don't have any jury trials for this year.
Are you
So,
making that determination for me, ma'am?
if you don't make the determination, yes, the court is making the determination for you. Yes, because I have to move it. I have to move it. So it's either, Attorney Dupree, can I have a bench trial now? I don't want to violate anything.
No, Judge, she has to explicitly waive her right to a jury trial, and strictly speaking, she has to do it in writing. So I would say if she's saying she will not plead, that would be standing mute, and I think the court would have to set it for a jury trial.
This right here is the game changer. The public defender, who wasn't even officially on her case, steps in like a knight in shining armor. He basically tells the judge, hold up, this line of questioning isn't fair. Anything she says right now can be used against her. That's huge. Without this intervention, she could have confessed herself straight into a conviction. Notice how respectful but firm he is. That's the power of knowing the law. And remember, she originally rejected this exact help. Question for you. If you were drowning, would you slap away the lifeguard's hand because you thought you could swim using a YouTube tutorial?
Sorry about that. I had a very bad power surge.
I figured as much. So no, back on the record, I figured that it happened because you kind of froze up and my clerk informed me that you froze completely. So I.
Okay.
stopped talking.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so I'm setting this for a jury trial because the alternate is that I can put this in warrant status. And I don't want to do that unless I necessarily have to. So at that point in time, you can be able to have your day in court, to say whatever you want to say at that point in time.
Okay.
Okay? All right, so I'm going to, but I have to do a pre-trial because I don't have any dates right now. But I have your name down, but that will give you the opportunity. You'll be able to talk to the jurors. You will have the opportunity to have testimony taken. I know you don't want counsel, but you can have the right to have counsel at that point in time. Would you like to have me assign counsel to you?
2222. Now we see the turning point. After her screen freezes and she returns, her entire energy shifts. Gone is the smug defiance. In its place is hesitation, maybe even fear. It's as if she finally realized the stakes. Sovereign citizens often start confident, but when faced with the actual machinery of the justice system, reality hits hard. And here's the beautiful irony. The very lawyer she didn't want is now her best chance at survival. This is where stubbornness meets consequences, and consequences usually win.
Trailer, count 2, no insurance misdemeanor, count 3, drove while license suspended. Also calling ticket number SP 110222272. This is no proof of insurance. Count 1 of that same ticket is no receipt of registration. This is the date and time set for a bench trial in this matter. Appearances for the record, starting with Attorney Baughman, please.
Good morning, Harry Baughman for the defendant. Your name, please, ma'am.
Senator Woodford.
Thank you, Ms. Woodford. These matters are set for trial. I do not believe there's been an officer who has checked in with the people being unprepared now at 11 a.m. approximately. At the case is set for 9. We'd ask you to consider a motion to dismiss here without prejudice. Okay.
No officer having checked in on any of these matters, the court is going to grant your request. I'm going to dismiss these matters without prejudice. You're all set, Ms. Wilson, okay?
Thank you.